Hey, Tim, what about this weekend, man? Nice
Man.
4th of July weekend, wasn't it?
It was incredible. I know we didn't see as many fireworks this time, but we still had quite a bit out there. And if you got a chance to see them, it was phenomenal. Weather was great.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So let's talk about what's going on now in the market ever since last week when we talked.
Well, one of the things that was kind of funny, I was listening to the radio on Friday before we came over here.
Right.
And one of the things they actually did was they read the Declaration of Independence. And it made me begin to think about how people are so dependent, if you will, on landlords, on having to pay rent.
Gosh, yes.
And people were worried about, where am I going to go? What's the economy going to do? How do I create any kind of stability or financial independence? So, I wanted to talk a little bit today and just kind of briefly touch about 100% financing. Rick, it's still there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And people don't realize what's available. They really don't. They read all the papers and they say, oh, you need all this money down. And that's not the case.
And actually, I just got an email yesterday from somebody who sat there and said, well, he wanted to wait until he saved enough money down to purchase a house.
Exactly.
When he didn't even realize that he didn't need it. And he's not VA, so he's not military, but he can still do it and purchase a house without any money down.
Right.
And he didn't even realize that, and he's trying to save up all this money.
So there are programs out there, whether it's a CDA, State of Maryland grant program, it could be the Federal Bank of Atlanta program, it could be USDA, which is doing some manual cases, it could be VA, even FHA. There's a lot of programs out there. And Rick, where are interest rates going?
Well, they're going to go up eventually.
Yeah, but right now, guys, I tell you, we're in the 4.5% to 5% range.
Eventually, they always go up, but
it's amazing right now.
Yeah, it's down below
amazing.
5% right now.
And with that in mind, the affordability, what you can afford, it's wild. It really is. You can afford even more than you could afford just a few months ago. And prices?
Yeah. Prices are still great, phenomenal prices right out there right now, especially the foreclosures. Those are the ones that we're getting some really, really good deals on. They're out there, they're available, and banks are willing to negotiate repairs,
closing help,
costs,
making the house work. In fact, Rick, you brought some houses to take a look at, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and we're going to show them to you right now.
Excellent.
First one I'm going to tell you about is a townhouse that actually sold. It was 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, sold for $172,000, and they did get back about $7,000 in closing help. And it was a foreclosure, and these townhouses usually go for $200,000 in that development. The next one was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse. They got back about $5,000 in closing, and it sold for $141,000. And this one had a basement also, and the ones with the basements in this development are usually going for easily $200,000. Okay, the next one on the list it's a Rambler. And it's out in St. Indigo's area, and it was 3 bedrooms, 2 baths on an acre of land, sold for $158,000, and they got $10,000 in closing help from the bank. Next one is a split level. It was 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in Lusby, sold for $160,000, and they got almost $5,000 in closing help. And the last one there that I'm going to be showing you is... This one was located up in off of Flatiron Road, and it was in Great Mills, but it's a huge house, over 6,000 square feet, sat on 2.5 acres of land, and it was 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and 6,000 square feet finished, and it sold for $370,000. They got $12,000 back in closing help from the bank. So as you can see, there are some good deals out there, and we'll show you some more next week.
Rick, it's amazing when you look at some of those houses that have already sold, but also to know what's available today. We saw that house in Lusby, one in Chesapeake Ranch Estates, $125,000.
Yeah, there are some really good deals out there. And again, some of them just need carpet and paint. Some of them need a little bit more cleaning and stuff, need a little bit more work. And then some of them, they're just fine.
They're move-in ready. And I think the key is this. The houses are 20%, if you will, approximately below market value. So It's incredible. You're getting equity in a house. You're getting an incredibly affordable price. And I didn't hear any of those deals where the bank said no closing help at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Every one of those that we just sat there and read off, there was closing help involved in every deal.
And the other thing you need to know, too, is because they've sold, because there was financing, that meant the house passed marketable condition.
Yes.
So it was financeable. So in all cases, you can see the banks are negotiating a price. they're paying the closing help, and believe me, they're motivated, especially right now, to get the houses sold.
Yeah,
and we want to show you some of these secrets. And Rick, I got to tell you, we have so many more strategies. We talk about the workshop.
Right, absolutely. We do have a workshop coming up.
And that's all going to be on?
That's going to be Wednesday, July 14th from 7 until 10 p.m., and we will feed you. And, of course, if you want to take a tour of some of these foreclosures, you call us up, and we'll go ahead and set up a private tour of the ones that you want to go and look at, that you might be interested in, if you're thinking about purchasing a house.
And that's the key. We've actually structured a program now where we take exactly what you're looking for, and we set aside 12 to 15 houses specifically to hit the foreclosure marketplace. So to get more information, you get a hold of Rick at his office or Pam or Mark at the 301-373-6257. The website's a great place to go to as well, and that's the Rick at rickmcnabb.com, or
that's my email. This is the website.
Or the www.allsouthernmarylandhomes.com. But either email him, get on the website, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to get you involved and show you how you can make the deal of a lifetime and be independent.
Yeah, that's all right. And if you need to get pre-approved before you talk to me, go ahead and call Mr. Murphy at that number right there.
We'll see you then.